Good morning, TIs. How are you? Um, okay, so went through the news a little bit and I just printed out a couple of articles. Okay, this one apparently is they're already starting to remove the Confederate statues and relocating them supposedly somewhere else, but really what is going on is they're attacking the heart of humanity, of, what this country was built on, okay? So do not let this upset you, okay? I think what I'm going to title this video is What Babylon Builds, It Destroys. This is not your responsibility. Your main responsibility is to yourself and your family and friends that really care about you, okay? I see this as, they're attacking the heart of humanity. This is what I see. This stuff is starting to build and build. I mean, this one's in Florida. The hats represents the Anunnaki. The same kind of shape of the hats are part of the Vatican. So, look familiar. So, I'm just, it's really sad to see this stuff, because I see 90% of, I just feel really, just saturated with just all these people who are gang stalkers. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I just do basic stuff. I just go get my groceries and I come, I leave. It's like I say, get up and go. Get what you need and go. Remain neutral. Now, I have a belief that the car in Charlottesville was remote controlled. I have experienced this once where I'm driving down the road and another car comes at me and it does stop, but I felt like there was it wasn't human. It was almost like it was totally fake. So I'm telling you that I know how maybe these holograms work. Holographic, okay? So the technology is out there. So if they're doing remote controlled cars and doing remote neural monitoring on people, if you're a real TI, I want you to know my message is to just remain neutral if you have to go out and about and get things done. Because this AI system is based on your emotions. And I learned that about 2 years ago when I was going through this horrible stuff. Okay? What they're doing is they're tearing down their own stuff. Okay? The Civil War was a result of Congress passing an import tax fee to the southern states. And it really made the rich agriculturist people mad. The banking was done in the north, and the rich agricultural people were doing the cotton for the clothes and the food, okay? And they also had to have equipment. Well, the bank loans were up in the north, and they couldn't afford that, so they had to probably get things imported. And when Congress passed this import tax fee, it pissed off the rich colonists, or the rich agricultural people. So the Civil War really started because of this import tax fee. Okay? Now you got these hive-minded people out on YouTube, and they're saying how these statues have to come down because they represent these Confederate generals selling out human beings as property. No, people. You're all property right now. You've all been chipped by the GMOs, the chemtrails, everything. And until you realize that, this is nothing. They're taking down their own monuments, is what I'm saying. Okay? All this stuff it goes back to Egypt. Okay? They had iconic figures that they worshipped. Okay? Yes, these represent a dirty war. And yes, these generals went out to battle, and yes, they did do this, and yes, they did that. But you know, and also, I believe they're trying to erase history. Okay? Because they don't want the young ones to know what these statues really represent, our history, human history. See, humanity, these gang stalkers, they cover up humanity by destroying artifacts. Why do you think we go to war in Iraq, ancient Sumerian times? Because they go after the tablets of what happened. Gang stalking started back in ancient Sumerian times, people. It's called EMR. Okay? History, history, history. They're taking down the statues to erase history. Okay? So I want you to know what I believe is going on. You don't have to agree with it. That's fine. But the 13 colonies is very significant because it was people who fought left and right to get away from King George III. Because King George had claim on that property, and we were fighting to get rid of King George. Okay? King George was broke. He had no money. He had no reason to be over in New Jersey or Connecticut. Okay? It was all about control. Okay? Men and women fought to get rid of that control. Okay? So it is kind of upsetting to see how you got these people who want to take down these statues. Because people fought left and right for what was right for this country. Okay? You should check out the movie Turn. It's a really good movie. The story is really about this African-American woman who gets sold to work for a high-ranking British officer. Okay? Okay? She used to work for this one rebel. And the young lady goes to the council and says, you know, you can't be granting these people freedom because they don't... And he goes, we're not granting them freedom. Your maid is being sold to a high-ranking official as a gift. So before they separate, she tells her mistress, she goes, you know, take care of my boy. You take care of my boy and I'll discover all of his secrets. And she did it. She turned the whole thing around and helped Washington. It's a really good movie. It's a good series. But the story, in my opinion, is based off of her and how hard the rebels fought. So, it is upsetting to see this go down, but, you know, don't let it upset you and ruin your day, okay? So there's a hive mind thinking, group think going along saying how they represent selling humanity. Well, you know, all the rich people had slaves. Jefferson, you name it. Alright? No one's perfect. Alright? But, anyways, I'm sorry, I'm just a little tired. The removal of these things are starting. The significance is the 13 colonies to attack the human heart. So don't let this upset you. Remember your truth. Keep your feelings neutral. Okay? Do things that are important to you. And I'll talk to you later.